Nudged Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of The Missing, the true story of my family in World War II by Michael Rosen, narrated by the author. For Emma, Elsie and Emile, in memory of my father's missing uncles and aunts, Oscar Yeshi, and Rachel, Martin, Stella and Bernard, Bella, Villy and Gania. This audiobook is supported and checked by the UCL Centre for Holocaust Education. Not just for them. This is about France. This is about Germany. This is about Jews. This is not about France. This is not about Germany. This is not about Jews. This story is about things that happened to my family a long time ago, back when photos and films were in black and white. But when I think about it, my relatives were refugees, a lot like the people you may have seen on the news recently. Because of the events of the Second World War, they were forced to run, to flee and hide. When I turn on the TV now, 80 years later, I see thousands of families that have been forced to run from new wars, driven into hiding, and sometimes losing their lives. So I hope this book becomes part of a bigger conversation about the refugee crisis, about how to find fair and decent ways of helping people like my relatives. Introduction. I was born in 1946, the year after the Second World War ended. You probably know about the war already, that a group of countries called the Axis powers were fighting another group of countries called the Allies. You probably also know that Nazi Germany was one of the Axis powers along with Italy and Japan, and that Britain was one of the Allies, which by the end of the war also included the USA and the Soviet Union. I expect you know that the Allies won in the end. I was born exactly 9 months after Allied troops led a victory parade through the ruins of Berlin. And I'm sure you know that lots of people died during the war, and not just on the battlefields. Throughout my childhood, I didn't know whether my relatives were among them. Stories used to hang in the air about French and Polish great-aunts and great-uncles who were there before the war and weren't after. "What happened?" I'd ask. "Don't know," my family would say. And it was true. They genuinely didn't know. It didn't make any sense.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?